Hi everybody, my name is Rox and welcome to my channel. This is going to be my first ever video for YouTube and I am extremely nervous but also super excited to be doing this. I have been watching YouTube videos like a demon for the past couple of months and I am addicted, so I feel that it's time that I explore that terrain and really make my own video. And I haven't really been sure about what the first video should be about, and I finally decided it was going to be about my hair. So, without any further ado, my first video for YouTube ever, yay, is going to be 5 things that you can do right now to improve the health of your hair. So as a little bit of background, this is what my hair looks like naturally. I have curly hair and I have hated my curls for as long as I can remember. I have been straightening my hair with heat and with chemicals to try and get rid of the curl because I haven't really known how to control it, how to style curly hair, and so it's just been a mess around my head whenever I have worn my hair curly, which has really just been when I do not have an option and I have to, like if I'm at the swimming pool or if I'm at the beach and my hair is wet, that is the way I have to wear it. Then I would sort of try and get it all into a hair tie and tie it up and hide my curls from the world. I hated rainy weather, any sort of precipitation, being near sprinklers. And I would rather have worn a carrier bag, a plastic packet on my head in public in rainy weather than to allow the rain to touch my hair, make it curl, and then I would have to walk around with curls. It was horrible. But basically about 5 months ago I was sitting in front of my dressing table straightening my hair as usual, and I realized my hair was destroyed. It was sort of dry and frizzy and standing out. There was no sleek, smooth anything. It was a disaster, and I was actually on the verge of making the decision to shave everything off and just try and start again. But then when I came back to my senses, I realized, you know, look, I don't have Vin Diesel's bone structure at all, and that whole bald head thing probably wouldn't be a good look for me. So out of desperation, I was on Google. I looked for ways to revive your flatlining hair, and that is how I found all of the beauty bloggers and all of the vloggers on YouTube. I followed some of their advice, their DIY home remedies, hair masks, things that you should be doing with your hair. My alarm. So after following the advice of all of the beauty bloggers, I kind of found a routine that worked for me, and I could see the results, the positive results in my hair. And now what I want to do with my first video on YouTube is I want to share with you guys 5 things that you can do right now to improve the health of your hair. Step number 1, drink more water. So in all of the research that I've been doing, all of the blogs I've been reading, all of the videos I've been watching, everybody says you have to drink more of the H2O. And basically your body is losing moisture every single day, and you're going to want to try and put some of that moisture back into your body. So you have to be drinking. They say the average, although it does differ from person to person, but a safe average for everybody is about 2 liters of water per day, which is about 8 glasses of water. So what I've done is I have about 10 of these little bottles here. They're plastic, but they're also BPA free. You can also use glass if you can't find BPA free plastic bottles. And I keep them in my fridge filled with water so that they're nice and chilled. I pop one in my bag when I'm leaving the house, or I'll keep one with me wherever I am so that I can just sip on the water all day. And it is difficult to remember to get your 2 liters or 8 glasses of water in, but I found that just by having the bottle sort of in my visual space, that I tend to remember to drink more water. So, for the health of your hair, for the health of your skin, for your general health, drink more water. Number 2, damage less. So when I say damage your hair less, I'm not referring to sort of crazy kind of damage like ripping your hair out and all kinds of nonsense like that, because I would hope that there is nobody out there who is doing that to their hair. When I say damage less, I mean the things that you are doing on a day-to-day basis that we all do, and we probably don't realize just how much damage we are doing to our hair. So things like heat styling, chemically altering your hair, like coloring your hair, all of those things are doing damage. And what I did about 4 months ago was I made a decision to remove heat styling from my hair care routine entirely, so that I could give my hair a chance to recover from everything that I have been doing to it over the years. But that being said, I still have my baby, and I'm not going to be getting rid of it anytime soon, because I know the day is going to come when I am going to want to have a nice sleek look, and I'm hoping that because I haven't been using heat on my hair for such a long time, that when that day does come, my hair is going to be healthier and it's going to look a lot better. But I'm not doing it as regularly as I used to do it before. I definitely haven't done it at all in the past 4 months, and I have no plans to do it anytime soon. But I'm not getting rid of this just yet. I'm going to keep it nearby. So yeah, I still love you. So what I'm basically saying is just do it less. If you feel that you do need to straighten your hair with heat, or if you wanted to change the color of your hair, you can do it, but know that you are damaging your hair and you want to be doing it less. And if you are doing anything to damage your hair, you want to be doing things as well that is going to put the protein and the moisture back into your hair that's being lost. Even if you're not doing things that's damaging your hair, really what you want to be doing is putting protein and moisture back into your hair. And that actually brings me to step number 3, and that is to deep condition. So when it comes to deep conditioning, you can go down to your salon and your hairdresser will be able to give you a variety of treatments that should put the protein and the moisture back into your hair. But I found that those treatments tend to be quite pricey, and I like to deep condition my hair maybe twice a month, so I definitely can't afford to go and have 2 of those treatments every single month. And I did a little bit more research, and I found out that when wanting to deep condition your hair, there's a surprising place that you can go to where those treatments are not going to cost that much money, and that place is your fridge. So to show you just how easy it is, I went to my fridge, and I'm not going to give you sort of the full range of products that you could use, because number 1, I don't have all of them, number 2, I don't know all of them. I very much doubt that I do. So I'm going to show you a few things that I found in my fridge, because they just are there, and it's that easy to be able to give yourself a deep conditioning treatment at home. The first of those ingredients are eggs. Really, really awesome, really high in protein, but a little bit of advice, and I am speaking from experience here. When you have beaten your egg and you've put it into your hair is going to look wet. You're going to think, I could just pop down to the shop quickly, get a few groceries, come back, and that would give the egg time to settle into my hair. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, because the minute that the egg and sunlight kind of come together, it cooks the egg in your hair, and then you have this sort of very visual fried egg in your hair, which, aside from the fact that it looks atrocious, it doesn't smell fantastic either, and that's not really what you want. So it's fantastic, but make sure that you have the time to stay at home and leave this in your hair. The next 2 products, which I like to do together, I use them together, and I generally tend to do it when I'm having breakfast, because I use them for breakfast as well, is yogurt and some honey. So I mix the 2 together, I put them in my hair, I mix these two together in a bowl as well, throw some blueberries in it, and while I'm chomping down on my breakfast, the mask is working on my hair. A little tip though, the yogurt, while it's really, really high in protein and really awesome for your hair, you definitely want to get the plain yogurt or the Greek yogurt, because you don't want fruit bits in your hair. Or if you are the kind of person who thinks you wouldn't mind fruit bits in your hair, you need to know that those fruit bits, especially if you have curly hair, are probably going to be in your hair for like a week, and that's not what we want. So plain or Greek yogurt and some honey mixed together in your hair for like 15 minutes to half an hour, rinse it out, good to go. The third thing that you can find in your kitchen, which is a really awesome deep conditioning mask, are oils. And two of my favorite oils are olive oil and coconut oil. So you obviously can cook with both of these, but they're also really amazing for your hair and for your skin. And if you want to do an intense deep conditioning mask, you can use a whole lot of it, put it in your hair. Don't go out anywhere, because everything that you touch will have olive oil in it. Even if you don't put your head near it, you'll find that the coconut oil or the olive oil will be on everything that you touch. Alternatively, if you've washed your hair and you just want to seal in the goodness, the moisture, you can put a little bit of this on your hair and leave it, and you shouldn't really notice too much greasiness in your hair. So it depends on what you want to do, but both of them are really excellent for deep conditioning masks. The fourth thing that you want to do is know your beauty products. When I say know your beauty products, what I really mean is know the ingredients that are in your products. Know what you want to see there and know what you don't want to be seeing there. And two of the ingredients that I have learned to avoid in the past couple of months when it comes to hair care products are your parabens and your sulfates. When it comes to parabens, basically there are some people who argue that they are toxic for you and they're not very good for you, so it's not really about your hair, but it's about your general well-being. And then there are those who say that there's nothing wrong with parabens and they're not going to do anything to you. I like to err on the side of caution, so I'm not going near the parabens if I can help it. The second thing that you need to look out for are sulfates, and sulfates are basically, they're like the grease cutting ingredient. Grease cutting, because that's how grease cuts. The grease cutting ingredient in all of your shampoos and in a lot of your body washes as well. And the thing about sulfates is, when it comes to grease cutting, they really do a fantastic job. And for people with hair that tends to be slightly dry, like my hair, you don't really want to be robbing your hair entirely of all the oils, especially the natural oils. So I've learned to steer clear of sulfates. And the great thing about a lot of shampoos and conditioners that are sulfate free is that you don't really need to get into the ingredients list at the back and to look for it, because these shampoos and conditioners tend to be quite excited and proud of the fact that they are sulfate and paraben free. And so you'll usually notice somewhere, and I don't know if you can see that, on the product they will announce it quite heavily. And for example, this one, you really can't see now, but that over there says sulfate free. So basically, start looking at the ingredients that are in your products, know what you're looking for, and know what you also do not want to be seeing in your ingredients list on your product. Number 5 is protective hairstyles. So when it comes to protective hairstyles, what are we talking about here? Basically, when you have one strand of hair or loose strands of hair, which is what happens when your hair is loose, I don't know if you can see this, but when you pull on them, they break quite easily. But when you have all your hair bunched together, like it would be in a ponytail, and you pull on that, hair is stronger when it's together. So protective hairstyles are any hairstyles that bunch your hair together, keep them all together, and make them stronger, because there is strength in numbers. So if you take your hair down to the side, if your hair is long enough and you can braid it, that is a protective hairstyle. Buns as well, protective hairstyles. So when it comes to protective hairstyles, while I'm not saying that you should never wear your hair loose and curly and fabulous, what you also want to be doing is have your hair in a protective hairstyle every once in a while, so that your hair is being kept safe from all of the elements. And then one of the biggest protective hairstyles, or most important protective hairstyles that you need to know about, is one that you use when you sleep. So if you have curly hair when you're sleeping, it's best to put your hair into a pineapple. A pineapple. Okay. Wait, do you want me to put my hair into a what? So when I say put your hair into a pineapple, it's got nothing to do with the fruit other than the shape of the fruit. And I'm going to show you a little demonstration what a pineapple looks like. So first of all, you need a hair tie. And it needs to be one of those without one of these little clippy things right here. Because as you can see, I don't know if you can, but these things have ripped out copious amounts of my hair in the past. And now, I'm done with them. So, one without the little clippy things. And then, this is what you do. And this right here, this is a pineapple. So basically all that you've done is you've pushed all your curls up into the top of your head so that they're protected and they're not going to get damaged by any rubbing that you do, depending on how you sleep at night. And then the back of your hair here should be the only part of your hair that gets rubbed on, but I found that the back of my head tends to be where the healthiest hair is, because it's underneath all the other hair, so it's protected from the elements and from a lot of the chemicals that you just tend to like spray on your hair and put on the top, so it can handle a little bit of rubbing when you're like rolling around and stuff like that when you sleep. And then what is also a really good idea when you are sleeping is that you sleep on a silk pillowcase. And if you don't have a silk pillowcase, like I don't have a silk pillowcase, because you can basically get one of these, which is a silk cap that I bought at Clicks, and you just pop this on your head and it protects your hair in the way that a silk pillowcase would. So here we go. Isn't it so sexy? So basically this is how I will sleep at night, and it protects my hair from any pulling, from any rubbing or any of those sort of things. And the next morning when I wake up, I just pop the cap off. I gently take the hairband off, shake it out, and maybe I'll take a spray bottle and just spritz a bit of water on, and maybe a little bit of extra product if I feel that it's necessary. But my curls are relatively untouched. And what you're actually looking at today, though this one is going to destroy me, but what you're actually looking at today is day 2 hair. This is what I washed my hair yesterday, I styled it yesterday, and last night I slept with one of those little cappy things on and with my hair in a donut. And as you can see, my curls are still pretty much intact except for this particular area here, which is not cooperating with me right now. So those are the 5 things that you can do right now to contribute towards healthier curly hair. I hope this video has been helpful for you, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll chat to you soon. Bye bye!